Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to episode 5 of Sports Talk with Hardball Unlimited. I'm Chris.
I'm Josh. I'm Chad.
This week, a little different. We have the rivalry week. Ohio State versus Michigan.
OH.
I-O.
No way, no.
So it's going to be rather simple. We're going to do a little bit of baseball talk, the rivalry game, Ohio State versus Michigan, talk a little bit more college football, and then go straight into NFL talk. So we'll jump right in. Here we had a trade in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, Hunter Renfroe. Second year in a row, trading. Goes to the Angels. Trying to get better.
That's what you said last time?
I did tell you that the Angels are trying to get better.
They are.
Like, that's pretty big.
That is. That's nice.
Like Shohei, like Renfroe can fit into the middle of their order.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I mean, I like it.
My question, isn't it like his fourth team?
You gotta wonder why he's
Why
trading.
is that?
He's productive though.
He is productive. Like, it's not the number issue.
Like, he kills left-handed pitching.
Right.
Kills it.
But why so many teams?
Right, like why is he the fourth? You figure then you're the fourth, right?
Right.
If
that should be
always
something
getting
like
traded.
into your career type stuff.
Yeah.
On your 14.
Like maybe Hunter Renfroe's just not a nice person.
That could be.
I like Boston got rid of him. Boston couldn't use offense.
Right.
Then Boston let Schwarber go too. I mean, that's one other story.
Yeah. But yeah, it's definitely not numbers. I think, but yeah, that's the question I asked. Why so many teams?
Yeah, and I mean if Trout's healthy, then you got Trout, Renfroe, and Ward. It's not terrible.
No, it's not terrible.
It's not terrible.
It's a step in the right direction.
And they got Gio Urshela to help a little bit on defense.
Yeah.
They gotta go get Jacob DeGrom. I think they have to go get, like now you've got to go get a frontline guy, and maybe they have to go get Kenley Jansen. Both of them.
Those are big plays.
That's nice.
Well, they haven't spent really no money.
No.
Like everything they've done is
Spend it now before Otani leaves.
yeah, and Trout.
Yeah.
They're going to trade Trout eventually. They will.
I don't know about all that.
They will trade him.
I mean, they're good at nothing's impossible.
No, at some point,
No one's
though,
untouchable.
if Otani walks and Trout's it, like you have to tear it down like the Astros did, and just be like, hey, we're going to eat $100 million. What can you give me in prospects for my Trout?
Yeah. Anything else happening in baseball?
No,
Who we high on? Who we think's going soon?
It's got to be a pitcher.
Or one of the shortstops.
Well, listen, Aaron Judge. I know we don't like to. We talk about him a lot. But Steph Curry out there recruiting your boy.
Yeah. He got caught at the San Francisco hotel. MLB insiders sitting there waiting on him.
Yeah.
Like, in Judge's camp, we wonder who's talking.
Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he just stays in San Francisco. Maybe like
Never comes back.
yeah, that deal's just done.
I mean, I would say he's going to get wine and dine by it. I did read this morning that the Dodgers made an offer and he turned it down.
You said Dodgers the other day.
I thought the Dodgers made
It was
logical
200
sense.
plus what I was reading.
200 plus. That's an insult.
Yeah, that's an insult to him, yeah.
If you're Aaron, like
And over the phone.
You're giving the
Didn't
a
even
big middle
invite
finger.
you to dinner. Like, you know what I mean? If you're going to wine and dine him, you would at least bring
if they offer him $200 million, like he should use that in the restroom.
Yeah, I agree.
Use that contract in the restroom because that's.
Well, I don't think you'll see a lot of big names yet. I mean, I bet there's a lot of people waiting to see what Josh gets.
Well, he's going to set the market.
He's going to set the market, but
Yeah.
like somebody, like what's the Giants offer? Like that's what I want to know.
Yeah, what are they
What
gonna do?
what is the Giants offer?
I mean, it's got to be more than 337. That's what the Yankees offered.
I think he's a 400 mil player.
I can't see him getting 400 mil.
But being the biggest name on the market this year, seeing what players in the past have gotten when they're that big, and hitting 62 home runs, I think he's going to get 400 mil.
It's a lot of money.
Listen, like
Well, we say that every year, but every year a player
But-
gets it.
can he contain that? Like can he
Sustain it, I don't know.
sustain it?
Right.
Right.
You're paying for probably 6 years.
Well, here's the
Right,
thing.
and at some point, I mean, he's 6'7", right?
Right.
He's a big boy. Like, at some, can he run? San Francisco's a way bigger outfield than New York,
Yeah.
so
Well,
it's way bigger.
The DH spot will save him.
The DH spot, maybe he can move to first base or something like that. But I mean, he can't go out there for 8 years. He ain't gonna be out there running around that outfield. That's a big outfield. Right? That's a really, I mean, That's why they just have to get somebody that can play center field and can go get it because that outfield's really big.
Yeah, I agree. Anybody else? Like, we got all these shortstops. Where do we think they're ending up?
Well, I think they're waiting.
Yeah, I agree. I mean,
See, but the hard part is, I don't think he sets their market. I think the first shortstop that signs.
well, I
sets
think
the shortstop
I bet
market. You know what I mean?
Correa's waiting.
There's just too many.
Yeah,
I
I
bet
know.
you Correa's waiting on Judge. Correa's going to ask for.
I'm down on him right now.
I don't think. Listen,
I don't think he's the
never
best
been.
shortstop. And
Oh no,
No, Trey Turner. I think Trey Turner's.
Trey Turner absolutely is the best.
Yeah.
I think Correa's fourth.
yeah,
Because I would rather have Alexander Bogarts.
and Dansby Swanson.
I'd much rather have Dansby Swanson.
I did hear the Yankees have talked with Bogarts' agent.
Like, do you really leave Boston to get like? Is he gonna pull a Johnny Damon? Look how well that worked out for Johnny Damon.
Got a ring.
Do you think?
Well,
Do you think he's the difference maker though? For you guys?
No, I just think he might be a backup for if it doesn't work out or something like that.
Well, Judge doesn't work out. You need outfield help, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Like they have to.
I mean, it's New York. They're going to want to sign somebody.
Because let's say you lose Benintendi and Judge.
Oh, you're in big trouble then.
What's the play then?
Gonzalez, a middle infielder / outfielder, plays outfield.
Yeah,
Oswaldo Perez?
I'll be surprised if Torres is on the opening day roster.
Yeah, they're gonna move.
Yeah, he's gonna get moved. There's no doubt there. Like, they don't see him. They didn't put value on him this year. So
Seattle wants him.
Yeah.
Because I seen a report that said that Seattle was
Well, just sign an IKF and then want to bring below.
Do you like him though? IKF is
If he
garbage.
comes off the bench, I'm fine with him.
If he comes off the bench,
if he comes off the bench,
but you traded him to be your shortstop.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that was a stepping stone. Either they were going to be bringing up below pay or.
So how far away is like he's ready, right?
Yeah, they're saying that they want him on the opening day roster.
Well then, I mean,
So he could be the second baseman if they don't sign the shortstop.
right? But if you lose Judge and Benintendi,
You're in trouble.
Now, what if they sign Judge and maybe Turner?
we still have a whole who's gonna play left field.
Well, I know, but that would definitely.
They're not signing Trey Turner.
That would. I think he still goes to the Phillies, but I'm just saying if they do shop around and get a shortstop.
I mean, I think you can get one of the four, right? I think they'll
Oh,
get.
I would say if they really wanted.
One of the four, yeah.
Yankees, yeah.
I don't think it's gonna
And
be
you
Trey
figure
Turner.
they're out of the Angels price range, right? Because they went and got her shell. So and you assure,
Well, listen,
you
Michelle's
would've-
going to play third because Rendon can't finish the season.
well, he's gonna play short. I think Rochelle's
they
gonna
say he's
play
gonna
short.
play short.
No, I know that's the plan, but I don't see Rendon.
Well, maybe like he gets like a bionic hip or something that he can finish the year. But like, so you figure Anaheim checked in on those guys, and they had to be like, whoa, nah.
Right.
So I mean.
So I really think it's between Correa and Dansby. If they're gonna be, if there's gonna be. I don't see Turner.
Yeah, I don't see Turner.
I mean, I wouldn't rule the Yankees out on Turner. I still think he's going to Philly.
Yeah. So
Do
that's
you rule them out on Turner if they sign Judge?
Yeah, I don't think it's a need.
Right, but I mean it could
Well,
be.
see, the nice thing is hopefully you have DJ back and he's healthy.
But how far does that put them over the
Because
cap?
they're gonna keep Donaldson. They already said they're gonna keep.
yeah, that's just mind boggling.
So if you've got IKF.
They want Josh Donaldson?
Yes,
No,
they want him.
This is why they don't win World Series anymore.
Listen, they want him. They're going to say that in public. No one's going to take that contract. They're going to have to either do big budget.
I would publicly say no.
But I mean, you've got DJ. You just re-signed IKF, and you want below pay up. You already signed Rizzo. Like, it's a ton of info. Someone's got to go.
Oh yeah, and it's not gonna be DJ.
No, you need DJ in the lineup.
It's not gonna be Rizzo. You just re-signed him.
Right.
Donaldson is the guy standing in the way of a lot
I
of
don't
things.
think they get rid of it.
But he's the guy standing in the way.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they can get rid of him, but he's the problem.
DJ's
If he's
gonna
not,
DH a lot.
if he's not
What's
there,
that?
DJ will DH a lot.
I mean, DJ, he plays third, second, and first. I say DJ probably rotates like he has in the past. Especially if you want to bring below pay up. I think IKF goes to the bench. But then listen, if Judge doesn't get signed, I bet they sign a shortstop. I bet they sign.
I don't understand how that helps them in the outfield.
I'm just telling you, I bet they sign a big name. Well, they still need offense. That's why I wouldn't rule Correa
They're
out.
going to run Hideki Matsui to come back? Like,
I take it.
he
I
would.
bet-
2009 MVP.
He would. He loves Matsui.
That's it. Yeah, I love it.
How is that guy good? How is he good?
I'm just saying, if they don't get Judge, I would not rule Correa out just because of the offensive part.
Well, if they get judged, they have to be done, right? Are they going to go to the fourth tier of the luxury tax?
I don't know.
Are they willing to go there?
I mean, listen, Hal has not been like his dad, but he said he has plenty of money for a judge and whatever the team needs to make the bet. That was his comment. So,
But he's never done it.
he hasn't, but,
Never.
but he's never said that either. He's never come out and said, hey, I'm going to spend money. So,
I don't think he's going to.
I don't either.
I don't think you go to that fourth, like, that's like 200, like,
I really think it's a line he put out there to try to scare away some people.
he ain't scared nobody.
No, you know what I mean? But I think he thought he was going to.
Right.
I'm the Yankees. Like, I'm going to, if I want Judge, I'll pay him whatever he wants. Like, you know, try to put that persona.
How long do we think Judge is going to sit on? Who else is he meeting with? Like,
after Christmas?
this can't be his first one, right? Like,
I mean, yeah.
I told Josh the other day, if I were him and they had people following me around, I'd fly like Milwaukee or something. I fly to Milwaukee.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Fly to Pittsburgh. Where Judge is working with the Pirates.
I mean, you really think there's only a handful, and if the story's true that the Dodgers have reached out over the phone and he's turned that down, you got the Giants. I mean, are the Mets?
See, that just doesn't make sense to me. Like, if you're the Dodgers and you really wanted Aaron Judge, why wouldn't you bring him in?
Yeah, like you wine and dine him.
Like, you don't call him like, hey, Aaron.
Hey, you want to come play
Let's
the
not give you
Dodgers?
260s, bro.
Yeah. Crazy sound. Maybe they don't want him. So they can say, hey, we made the effort.
They don't want
We reached
him.
out.
Nobody doesn't want him.
Listen, maybe they don't want him for what they're paying for now.
They don't want San Francisco to get him.
Yeah,
No,
like,
they don't. They don't want that.
Because they know what happened.
no, everybody wants him. There's no one that doesn't want
If it's
him.
true you offered him $213 million,
Only 213.
that's what I read, and he turned it down.
Like,
that can't
if I'm him, I
If
hang up
that's
the phone.
true, you don't want it.
Yeah,
Like,
you don't-
You just went to your fans and like, hey, we tried.
No.
yeah, if that's true, you don't want him because
Like-
that's an insult.
Yeah.
he turned down a bigger offer
From the Yankees.
Yeah, from
Twice.
the Yankees.
Twice.
Yeah,
Like, that makes zero sense to
I
me.
know.
Yeah, I agree. Anything else in baseball? Chad, when are the Guardians gonna do something?
Well, they probably talked to Carlos Santana. But I'm telling you, that's my pick. They're going to bring back Carlos Santana.
That doesn't make them better.
I mean, I'll still be happy to see Santina in a Guardian chair.
Listen, the fans will love it.
Great.
There's no chance.
The Guardians have signed Jose Abreu. Fits right in behind Ramirez, just like I said in the last podcast. Listen,
I agree. They do. Go sign Jose Abreu.
The Guardians window is right now. I mean, the way they don't spend a lot of money, but they got a lot of young talent. Their pitching is really good.
Right.
Rotation back in the bullpen. Now's the time to get somebody.
But they won't.
You can't let
They
them.
won't.
Then they will not win a World Series.
I know.
They won't win a World Series. That's what I.
Listen,
That's what I.
We don't disagree with you.
But
They're not going to win a World
now's
Series.
the time. Now's the time.
We're
to
gonna be
sign
a perennial playoff team that loses in the first or second.
What have they ever done that would make you think they would sign Jose Abreu?
I'm just saying, right? I mean, you.
Like,
would-
maybe if Jose Abreu was coming off a torn ACL
Or
and a torn rotator cuff, and he had a dollar ACL.
I'm just saying what the Guardians need. Not only is it an addition to you, you subtract from the team within your division.
Listen, if you want to sign Jose Abreu, please go do. Would they be very happy?
Well, and I've always said this. I always felt like the Indians, now Guardians, have always been a feeder team. We get great talent. Now they're gonna go get paid somewhere else.
I mean
We
that's
get great talent. Now they're gonna go.
I'm
be
just saying,
Get great talent. They're gonna be
even the run in the '90s.
Yeah.
Like, I watched Manny go to Boston. I had to watch Jim go to Philadelphia. I had to watch Albert go
But I'm
to
saying,
Chicago.
You can't put him in that conversation.
at least like
We're not talking about
in the
him.
'90s, they went out and got a couple free agents to make it a run. Like that's all I'm saying. No,
Right, but even then it wasn't like it was Dennis Martinez at the end of his career, or Hershiser at the end of his career.
Robbie Alomar.
Robbie Alomar, granted, but I mean,
And listen, not the back end, but like first couple years, Juan Gonzalez. Like they went out and spent the money. I'm just saying, right now they need to spend and get one or two pieces.
they needed juiced Juan Gonzalez. Texas Juan
With the
Gonzalez.
young guys they got now, and I think that they could be a World Series contender.
I seen Juan Gonzalez in Cleveland. This is a true story in July, and that guy's arms were about this big. Like,
One guy.
yeah, that guy was huge. Oh, that guy was jacked.
Alright, well, we'll slow down to baseball talk. It is now time. It
It
is
is time.
time for the most exciting week for a Buckeyes fan or Michigan fan.
I don't know about Michigan.
Well, I mean, not in the last couple, like 10, 15 years. But
No, yes.
I mean, last year was. We gotta give them that. What was last year? But it's time for rivalry talk.
I forget about that a lot.
We're gonna start this off by getting these two real fired up. Josh, will you give me your top 5 Michigan Wolverines of all time?
Oh, boy.
And that's any sport.
Any sport, if you want.
Oh, boy.
If you want.
Well, listen, I'm a baseball guy, so I had a baseball guy, and I'd say number 5 would be Jim Abbott, drafted by the California Angels, and pitched a perfect game. And
For the, like, this is why we picked him.
Even because he's an Yankee, right?
Yeah, a Yankee and
That's it.
like,
He's
that's
pretty
your
much
dream
the-
guy.
That's a great career.
If he would have had another arm, he would have been a Hall of Fame.
Number 4, this might be off the rails a little bit, but as just a high school coach, someone I looked up to, Coach Hutch,
Oh my God!
which is NCAA most wins in Division I softball. Really respect her. So then come.
He's having a conniption. Hold on. Hold on a second before we run. Give him a second to breathe.
She's number 4
Yeah.
all time.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Listen, I am a baseball softball guy.
I
Before I
listen,
am
no.
ever a football guy. So if you're
Right,
running
but we're
in
playing
top
football
5,
in 3
listen,
days.
he said
Any
top
sport.
5 in any sport.
Okay.
So I'm putting a baseball and softball person.
Oh, well,
So
okay.
here comes your football. All right.
Yeah, listen, I can't wait.
Number 3, Desmond Howard.
Oh.
Oh, Jesus.
Desmond
What?
Howard, the Heisman Trophy winner, the man you Buckeye fans love to hate, Super Bowl champion.
He's a bum.
A
Desmond
bum.
Howard.
He's a
A
bum.
bum. Like,
Number 2.
worst host on game day.
Worse.
By far.
Worse. What did Desmond Howard ever, like,
Yeah.
he returned a punt one time.
One time.
One time.
Beat the Buckeyes.
And
one
congratulations.
That's
Number
just
2.
disgusting.
Oh, Jesus.
Number 2,
Yeah.
which wins any argument for Michigan Ohio State people, the GOAT, Tom Brady.
I'm going to be sick.
7 Super Bowls, the greatest quarterback to ever play.
He
the
was
NFL.
terrible at
It
Michigan.
wasn't good.
Yeah.
Did he beat Ohio State?
How is he?
Did he beat Ohio State?
7 Super Bowls.
Did he beat No, actually, listen, favorite Michigan Wolverines.
Right.
So, did he beat Ohio State?
I mean, are we going to pick just by records and everything?
No, I'm just asking.
That
Like,
changes it.
I actually don't know. Did he beat Ohio State? That's before my time. Pretty close before my time.
Yeah.
Did he beat Ohio State? I don't think he did.
I didn't know who he was until he won the
He
Super
only
Bowl.
played 2 years.
And
Yeah.
he didn't start very much.
And then number 1
Because
was
they didn't think we were going to.
my all-time favorite Wolverine. The only defensive player to ever win a Heisman Trophy, 1997 national champion, Charles Woodson.
Last time they were good. Actually. I mean, that one, I don't mind that Charles Woodson is
From
picked
2
as
Buckeye
bad.
fans who hate Michigan, you're going to hate all my picks.
That's
I
not
don't
true.
hate
I
all
don't hate
of
Tom
them.
Brady. I do not hate Tom Brady.
I
But
do.
he's not even like, he probably doesn't even make a all-time team at Michigan.
Probably not. But he's the greatest quarterback ever played in the NFL.
Like, I think I can name. I think I can name.
Denard Robinson was a better quarterback than Tom Brady at Michigan. That's probably true.
What?
I know.
I
Blake
think
Corum might be a better
When I
player.
gave my original list, there's guys I really liked, and he's like, you can't pick him. You can't pick him.
What?
I
Was
was
it
like
1940?
I was like Chad Henne. I always like Chad Henne.
he said Chad Henne.
I always like Chad. Are we all right? Let's hear your guys. Let's hear your picks. Because from what it sounds like, you guys want to pick what they have done career-wise.
No.
Not our pick.
No.
Yes, it is.
No.
Yes, because Tom Brady was my favorite, and we've done bash Tom Brady.
I did not bash Tom Brady. He just wasn't good at Michigan.
Right. We're not talking about which one, which is my favorite.
Yeah, that's true.
So let's hear yours.
Then you
No,
are-
let's hear yours, and I'm dying to hear the stats that these guys have created in the NFL. I'm dying.
But hold on, we're not talking NFL.
That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing.
No, we're not talking
It's supposed to be
NFL.
top 5 favorites.
No.
Let's go.
Michigan players.
I want to hear the all-time greats
Hey, wait, before we move
No,
on.
listen, this was very hard because there's just so many.
Hey, before we move on, though, do you have any more honorable mentions you'd like to bring up to the audience?
Well, just I always like Mike Hart. I always liked him.
See, Mike Hart I would have respected that pick way more than Tom Brady.
I always liked Mike Hart. I always liked Chad Henne.
Didn't say Jim.
Then if you want to throw Michael
Didn't say
Phelps
who?
in there,
Didn't say Jim at least.
the most Olympic gold medal.
That's the only thing I like. Jim wasn't.
Yeah, that's fair.
I thought I knew a couple of guys that would be on the list that were.
I was listening to the Pat McAfee show today, and he was talking about how he's going to be down, or AJ Hawk and Pat McAfee. Well, I've seen Pat McAfee on game day, AJ's going to have the game. He's like, it's outlawed to wear khakis. You're Ohio State, you're not allowed to wear khakis.
Yeah.
He's like, Jim and his stupid khakis. Like, can't
Listen, I read this thing. This guy was getting recruited to Ohio State, and his family and everybody came in to the facility, and his dad wore a blue suit. And his son was like, "Hey, I'm not a player." And like he walked in the building, and they're like, "We don't wear that color in here." That's what I like.
All right, Chad, we'll jump in. We'll go to your top 5 Buckeyes.
My favorite
Give
one.
me some honorable mentions, too.
Oh, you gotta go with the Moses.
Okay, that's
They're-
great picks.
Honorable mentions. One of the guys that an honorable mention for me made me fall in love with the Buckeyes. Andy Katzenberger. Great. Those would probably be my honorable mentions. Cardell Jones. Shout out Cardell Jones. I love him. Love Cardell. Number 5. Are you ready? Ryan Shazier.
Great player.
Great player. Hunting down Wolverines. Hunting them down. In the big house. Scary. Scary. And listen, went to Pittsburgh, which I'm not a big fan of, but before he got paralyzed.
You saw what happened there. So.
Right. So you can't say nothing bad about Ryan Shazier. Oh, are we agreeing on that? Number 5?
I agree on that.
4. J.K. Dobbins. Michigan killer. 217 yards. J.K. all day. He's number 4. Number 3. Rest in peace. Dwayne Haskins. Put 60, hung 62 on the Wolverines, right? Yeah, he did. Yeah, he hung 62 on them. 62. Number 3, Dwayne Haskins. You want to guess who number 2 is? Zeke. But Wolverine killer. Buckeye legend. Feed him. Zeke, number 2. My number 1 all-time favorite Buckeye. Troy Smith.
Told you, I knew it'd be there.
Because I like Troy Smith.
Troy Smith, I think it's a travesty what Baltimore did to him.
For
a
sure.
travesty.
For sure.
Troy Smith could flat out ball. And that might have been the best game I've ever seen in my life, when they were 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Troy Smith, to me, my favorite Buckeye of all
So I went a little different route. 3 of my players are linebackers.
time. Love
Love it. Number 5, Bobby Carpenter.
it. Love it.
Bobby Carpenter was a stud at Ohio State.
He was.
Stud at Ohio State.
Didn't like his hair.
Actually,
I like
it might be even 4, let me be honest.
Okay.
Because Mike Vrabel's number 4.
Like him.
Mike Vrabel. And,
Were you old enough to remember Mike Vrabel?
I mean, I watched a lot of them. Mike, I love everything he
Mike
does.
Vrabel could go get it.
Yeah, I love everything he does now. Number 3, AJ Hawk.
Loved AJ Hall.
AJ Hawk, all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, Super Bowl champion, national champion.
He's just a winner.
Multi-time Pro Bowler.
He's a winner.
Married, what's his face? His
Brady Quinn.
Quinn's wife or sister.
Smash Brady Quinn
Yep.
in that game. Smash.
Number 2, Troy Smith.
Look, listen, he's my all-time favorite.
Troy Smith. My
It's
number
Troy.
my number 1 favorite, Ohio State Buckeye, James Laurinaitis, staring down on the Michigan player.
I
The
love
greatest moment that I've ever witnessed in sports.
I love
Looking
him.
down at a basically dead Michigan Wolverine.
Listen,
Gotta love
there are so many. Like, I know you probably don't have that problem, but there's just so many great
it.
Buckeyes.
Oh yeah.
I had to leave Chase Young off the list.
Yeah.
Chase Young was dominant in 2019. Can't even crack the top 5. Can't even crack. Ted Gates not even on
Oh, it's again, stud.
David Boston, stud. 200 yards against Michigan.
Yep. How you feel about that, Josh?
Don't bother me.
Oh, you said you were waiting for us to give ours.
Right, but you guys ran mine down like they just had terrible careers and everything, but it was supposed to be favorites.
I mean, but like,
Well, listen, I thought it was.
there's no love today.
That's
No, I'm just saying, like, you guys tore it down, like, just mind-boggling. What?
I mean, Tom Brady's a bad bet for a Michigan.
It's not.
For
What, was
Michigan,
he your favorite guy there?
Our,
Wait, like, that's my only question. When Tom was there, were you like, heck yeah, go Tom?
no.
That's what we're talking about. Like when these guys were there, we were like, they're a hot
Right, but you just said top 5 favorite Wolverines.
Yeah.
And Tom Brady's one of my favorite NFL players.
Wait, but was he your favorite?
And he come from Michigan.
If you're gonna base it on that,
If you would have worded that, that changes my whole. Because listen, I was too young to watch Abbott pitch in Michigan.
Well, right, that's why I was
But
like,
I followed him being a Yankee.
right, no, I get that.
So if it was worded that way, then yeah, that changes.
Okay, that's
changes
fair.
my whole list.
Right, because I thought there would be people that were on your list that,
Yeah.
like,
Lamar Woodley probably gets added.
that's who mine was.
I mean,
For that
really
team
wanna go
up,
back.
that team up north.
And I really thought you'd have Hutch on that too.
Hutchinson, yeah.
He did, right.
Being the guy,
I thought he
being
was
the guy that beat us.
If the list is worded different, yeah, those guys are running.
I thought the listeners were your favorite.
Listen, again, like, I gotta have a baseball guy.
Yeah.
Well, listen, that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
It was between Abbott and Barry Larkin.
Well, we'll
What
move on a little
guarantee
bit.
you?
We'll take a quick break.
Honor.
We'll take a quick break. When we return, Josh and myself and Chad are going to have our keys to victories for our teams. So we'll be right back after a quick message or a picture of our sponsor. And we're back. It is now time for our keys to victory.
Yeah.
Josh, do you want to go first? Give us your first key. What does Michigan have to do to beat the Buckeyes?
I think Michigan's defense has got to play the best they've played all year. I know that they have played really good, but again, the Big Ten is not anything to brag about. Defense has got to play lights out. If Ohio State spreads them out, that scares me a little bit. They've got to be on top of their game.
I mean, yeah, I can't. They have to play their best football game. I can't disagree with that. Over here at Ohio State, my first key to victory is we need 100 yards rushing. If we can rush for 100 yards against Michigan, that means we're kind of controlling the line of scrimmage, opening up to play action. I think that's huge for the Buckeyes to win this game this weekend. We haven't rushed very well. I mean, we showed some signs last week, hopefully, but we haven't rushed well yet this year. We need to see that this weekend to get that one. What do you got, Chad? What's the key to victory for you?
CJ Stroud.
He's the key to every victory, right?
Absolutely. Listen, like, his ability to step up, I know he's not a scrambling quarterback, but I feel like he's going to have to step up, and he's going to have to make them pay for getting upfield. Because I want to win the line of scrimmage, and I think they can handle the line of scrimmage. But when they bring it, they're coming. Can C.J. Stroud step up, get out of the pocket, make a couple runs for 12 yards, make a run for 20 yards, soften it up, he can go over the top.
Yeah, I can't disagree. That defense is still very good. They're going to bring some
Well, listen, they're good, but they ain't seen athletes like the ones in Columbus. I'm just telling you that right now.
How you feel about that, Josh?
I mean, listen, that stuff don't bother me. I'm confident if Michigan come in and play, like I said, play defense well, and if they can go in healthy. I think that's the two biggest things. Ohio State is really good. I think they are legitimately the second best team in the country.
So we got Russian and C.J.
So you're
Stroud.
picking the Buckeyes to win.
Is that what I just heard?
No, listen. Here's what I'm saying. I think Ohio State's legit. I think they do have great athletes.
So you don't.
They do.
I think you say that they've got athletes no one's ever seen every year.
Michigan hasn't seen the athletes like
That's just been your same comment.
because it's the truth.
Really big homework.
Well, it is.
Well, what I'm saying, they are great athletes.
Like, they haven't seen a wide receiver with the talent of Marvin Harrison. Haven't seen it.
This year, no, I definitely agree with you.
Right.
Like I said, I think the Big Ten's just.
They haven't had to deal with that. They haven't had to deal with Mayan Williams.
Well, see, that's the thing that worries me. If Ohio State spreads them out, that's what worries me. If Stroud can complete his passes and play better than he played at Maryland, yeah, that worries me a little bit.
Yeah, we just need to give him a little bit of time.
Yeah.
And like I said, I think
That's why
what helps is if he can get outside.
Yep, and that comes with being able to run the football.
Yeah, he has to be willing. He can't just sit back there.
Yeah. Well, listen, I would say Michigan probably goes all in on the defense and maybe tries to make.
Well, that's why I thought it was so important, because I think Michigan's going to blitz.
Yeah.
And they're going to blitz a lot.
Yeah, I agree.
He's got to make them pay.
Yeah.
Up the middle.
Has to make the pay. Josh, your next key to victory for the Michigan Wolverines.
Well, I think it's big if Corum plays. I mean, he's their best player.
I can't believe they haven't heard anything yet.
Well, listen.
Well, Edwards.
Jim's a little sneaky.
Yeah, Jim, we don't need to start.
Edwards is playing. He's still beat up, but he's still playing. So they do have him.
Well, he's going to get beat up after Saturday.
I mean, Michigan is a running team, and if you take their best athlete away, that worries me. So I think Corum is a huge key to victory if they win any chance, because they run the football and they need Corum.
I think it's huge for him. My second key to victory for the Buckeyes is none other than linebacker himself, Tommy Eichenberger. He's going to be the guy that has to step up and stop Corum if he's playing.
And Steel Chambers. Steel Chambers can fly to the ball.
Yep. But I think Tommy's the leader of that defense. If he can stop up, lock up that run, Michigan has no chance. If we can lock down that run game. I mean, Tommy Eichenberger looked like the best defensive player in the Big Ten this year, I really think. Like, flying around the field, making plays on the sidelines, everything. Not bad at all. If he can come out and play big, help our defense a ton. Give our secondary more time, too. Like, if we have to rush, if we can get a good rush or stop the run, force them to throw more, our secondary should eat them.
Do we feel like they can get separation?
I don't. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think they can.
Like, I think our secondary will help Tommy be great.
Yeah, I don't
Because Michigan just doesn't have the athletes outside.
I don't think they can separate.
You got one more key for me, Chad?
I do. Ryan Day.
Right. Yeah, best college football coach in the country.
I believe that. I believe he's had 365 days. In 365 days, he hasn't been happy yet.
Well,
I think Michigan pays for what happened at the Big House Saturday in Columbus, and I think Ryan Day makes him pay.
Well, I think you're really seeing the difference between a great coach and a coach of coaches.
I agree.
Ryan Day is a great coach who just had. I really feel like he's the best coach in football right now.
Yeah.
And then you have Hardball. He's just worried about making sure his khakis are pressed.
Let me ask you this, because I was listening a little bit of the Really Big Show today, and they had Paul Feinbaum on there. What if Michigan wins and Ryan Day goes 1-2 against Michigan? Does he go in the next year on the hot seat? He'd be the first coach in what, the 90s?
He can't lose 3 in a row
To have a losing record against Michigan.
I think you can't lose 2 in a row.
You can't lose 3 in a row. Like, you can't.
So if Michigan wins, does he go in?
I don't see a way they win.
I'm just saying, does he go in on the hot seat?
If something would happen that they lose, like they get down to their 5th string quarterback, if Michigan ups,
I'm just asking, just from Buckeye fans, you guys are used to winning this game.
listen, I love Ryan Day.
You can't lose to Michigan.
You can't lose to Michigan.
Not and keep a job.
No, like we're here to win national.
If Ryan Day loses to Michigan, you find out he's probably the next Arizona Cardinals head coach.
Well, listen, he's got a lot to look. I mean, to look up with Urban Meyer and Jimmy Tressel winning national championship and beating Michigan.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if he loses to Michigan, he's probably the next Arizona Cardinals head coach or the Jets head coach or whoever. Like, I don't think he's coaching in college again if he leaves the house. I think he goes to the pro.
I just don't think there's any way.
Where are you going to leave to go? Where are you going to go?
He's
just step down.
He's still a good coach.
I'm not saying he's not. But
he's not going to be close. He can't beat Michigan.
And why would you take a job coaching at the only better jobs in the country? Or Alabama, maybe?
I don't even know if Alabama's a better job.
That's what I'm saying, though. He's not going to take another coaching job in college. He's going to go pro.
Right.
Because there's nowhere else you can go and be in a better situation.
I mean, it might be a homer.
How many people have done it successfully? There's not a lot. There's not a lot of coaches that's left college and went to
He could be a coordinator.
Yeah, I'm not saying to be a head coach.
Do you want that?
I mean, you get a whole bunch.
Or you're getting fired. Like, you were fired.
If he was fired, are you telling me there's not colleges lining up to get him?
I will say this.
Well, I would assume so. Because
So would you take a college job or would you take a coordinator job in the NFL?
I don't know what he would do. I would sit back and collect the rest of my Ohio State money. But,
I'll say this: if he did get fired, he's coming in.
well, that's the thing. If you fire him, like
Do you think they throw it back
to Urban,
to Urban?
I hope not. Like I love Urban because he won, but like I just think Ryan Day's such a better.
I think we have one of the best assistant coaches in the country right now, Brian Hardball.
Yeah.
He what he's done look at our receiving core every year with him.
Yeah.
They're insane.
Yeah.
I don't think he gets the head coaching job out. He's a receivers coach, but I think we have some coaches around that are just great right now.
Right. And I'm sure there's someone. I mean,
yeah,
Urban grew
Matt Rule,
maybe. I mean, you would think they would want to keep it in the. They would want somebody with.
How do you feel about Jimmy's job if he loses?
Jim's there forever. They have never fired Jim Harbaugh.
You and I have had this conversation before. If you're going to fire Jim,
Matt Rule,
you better have somebody.
Matt Rule. I think Matt Rule's a better coach than Jim Harbaugh.
Why?
In college, he was. I do. I think he's a better coach in college.
But what does he do that's so much better than Harbaugh?
Probably doesn't wear khakis to every meeting.
But I'm talking.
I don't understand
The khakis are just weird.
So what I'm saying is,
It's
He probably doesn't make people uncomfortable when he wants to stay at their house when they're doing it.
Is that why you wore khakis at Crestmere?
no.
Wasn't it an honor?
I wore khakis before he was a.
Maybe Jim's honoring Josh.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
I mean, I think Matt Rule's a better coach.
He's beat the Buckeyes well. Like, I'm just saying, if it was reversed, and Jim was at Ohio State, thank God he's
He'd be
not. And he's got one win in, 7 years?
He'd be fired.
He would be fired.
Listen, I totally get it. I see what you guys are saying. I don't think he's as atrocious as Buckeye fans say he is.
Oh, he's bad.
I think he's a pretty good.
He's not rich.
Have you ever seen his face on the sideline?
See, that's again coming Buckeye talk.
No, I'm just saying, have you ever seen him, the way he looks?
Yeah.
He looks like someone I just punch in the face for fun.
Well, so does Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, that's your prerogative.
Well, did you see him after his face after Michigan State blocked the punt? Remember when Michigan State blocked the punt? That was one of my favorite plays of all time. But he just sat there and went, I'm like, oh.
See, and that's
He could have just held onto the ball, got out on the ground.
Not making any kind of excuses. Let's just look at illogical, and you guys are coaches. Let's just look at it.
Yeah.
What if the punter doesn't botch the snap and he punts it and they beat Michigan State? Okay.
Yeah.
2016. What if that pass interference call doesn't happen? That was over the receiver's head, and Michigan just runs the clock out. Now you got another win against Michigan. Little things like that. I think Jim has done a good job. He took a really bad Michigan team that was laughable from Rich Rod and Brady Hook. Laughable program. And has got 9 wins plus.
I'm going to tell you right now, I think Rich Rod has the same amount of wins as Jim Harbaugh in this current Big Ten. How bad it is.
No.
Yeah, I really do.
No. But listen.
How bad the Big Ten is other than Ohio State and Michigan?
What
I think
I'm
this
asking you guys is look at it as coaches. What if a couple of those things don't happen and he gets looked at in a different light? Because again,
right, but
they did happen. I'm just saying, I don't think he's as bad as everyone says he is. I just don't.
He's not great.
If Spade doesn't throw that pick, that might be 3 wins against the Buckeyes. But he throws a pick. And listen, the Buckeyes were better, and they won. But what I'm saying is, you guys have all coached. Has the plan that you wanted worked out, and maybe
So maybe
it just doesn't happen?
Maybe
the way
he's
you
just
planned?
bad at planning.
No, I'm just saying, you guys have all coached.
Do you think he makes good at halftime? Like, you think they make good adjustments?
Not always. Not always. Listen,
Right.
I haven't always thought.
Ryan Day.
I haven't always thought Michigan has had a team that would be comparable to Ohio State.
Fine, that's fair. Like,
Well, I don't think they get the athletes to Ohio State.
He took a laughable program and has 9 wins plus.
Well, what's the reason why he doesn't get the athletes Ohio State gets?
Listen,
he takes them all.
Why
from
doesn't
Ohio.
he get C.J. Stroud?
I don't know. Maybe Ohio State's better recruiters.
Maybe.
Well, they are.
But what I'm saying is, I just don't think he gets the fair share. His record against Ohio State is bad.
Well,
and that will be his undoing if he can't.
Well, listen, John Cooper might have been a good coach. Could not beat Michigan.
Absolutely.
Well, and here's the thing.
Fine.
We're forgetting, though, like, head coach in college football is less and less about coaching and more about recruiting.
Yeah.
Urban Meyer's Ohio State Buckeyes were good, not because he was a great head coach, but because everybody wanted to play for him.
Urban Meyer kind of changed Ohio State.
Yeah, like everybody wanted to play for him.
I didn't
It
love-
didn't matter what how he coached.
I didn't love Urban
So I
Meyer's
think
offense.
you look at Nick Saban, less and less a head coach, more Jeff Saturday-like leader of men.
Oh, sweetness.
You know, like really, in college it is. You see a lot more leader of men style, rely on your coordinators and bring in athletes.
Yeah.
That's what your job's to be a big name
Listen,
that brings in athletes.
I never look down on the way Ohio State recruits. I mean, they have always, even since Urban Meyer has taken over, they've always had some of the best recruits, not only in Ohio, but outside.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, Urban Meyer kind of changed that, right? Like, Jim Tressel was like, hey, I'm going to get the best Ohio guys. Like, I'm going to get the best players in Ohio. I'm not losing them. And then Urban Meyer came, and Urban Meyer was like, hold on, I can recruit in Florida. I can recruit in Texas. I can recruit here.
Yeah.
And then, boom. I mean,
100%.
now we get, 5-star athletes.
Yeah, for sure. We'll digress a little bit. We'll stay within the Ohio State Michigan game. I want you guys to tell me your favorite memory of this game. Your favorite memory watching this game. I mean, you don't have a lot of wins, so you have to choose something.
Charles Woodson with the rose in his mouth.
Oh, I knew that was coming. Like, he could have fixed it. Charles Woodson, to me, really, like, he could have fixed everything. He was from Fremont. He could have went to Columbus.
That's a tie, another Woodson one. When him and Boston got into it. And then he burnt Boston on the pick.
Well, Boston burned him too.
Yes.
He backed into the end zone with the ball.
Woodson seals the deal.
Even Boston was a bad man. Well, listen, Charles Woodson's a bad man.
All right, Chad. Who you got? What memory do you got?
Marcus Cannon,
Okay.
the big tackle, leaving the big house, 2 middle fingers in the air. Sums up the whole rivalry. Sums the whole rivalry up.
For sure.
Now, you as a coach,
I would be so happy with him. I would shoot him out on camera, and when I got in the locker room, I would
Shake his
slap
hand,
his
yeah.
butt and be like, I'm buying you a steak, son.
standards are low.
Well, listen, I think the hatred runs a little deeper here.
I'm not okay with that. One of my players is always not okay with that.
That's
I'm okay with it.
But the difference is Chad has that edge. Like, you're more of the caregiver. Like, you would probably be like, come on now, bud, you can't do that.
No,
We can't do that.
he'd have got ripped, but to me, in my mind, be better.
No, listen.
He was better.
Buckeye fans think that's great, and it makes a cool T-shirt. That just wouldn't fly.
I mean, I've already brought up my favorite memory. It was obviously James Lordmeyer standing over top, the literal body mass on the ground.
You know what I've seen recently that reminded me a lot of Michigan football? Javavion Clowney, where he's in South Carolina. He's absolutely destroying the Michigan running back.
I remember, I walked in the kitchen to get chips or something, and I walked right back in right when I have it. I'm like, oh my gosh, is he alive?
Well, I don't think Javavion Clowney was good.
Yeah.
After I saw that, I'm like,
That's fair. Now he sucks for the Browns.
oh yeah, he's terrible.
He's terrible for the Browns.
Thanks, Javavion.
Well, we'll move on. We'll make some college football picks, or do we want to do a little bet talk first? What do you think, Chad?
Listen, I'm confident, so I mean,
We'll save the bet talk when we pick the Ohio State game.
Yeah.
So we'll move on to a little bit of college football picks. Other than obviously the great rivalry game, we got some other big games going around the country. We got Oregon and Oregon State, both ranked in the top 25. Oregon's looked pretty good. Like way things can fall here, they could very well end up in the top 4. How we feel about this game, Josh? Who you got?
Oh yeah, I'd probably take the Ducks. I think they're better. I think it should be a good game.
Well, it usually is.
Yeah, listen, that's a war too.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Oregon State a little bit more than I like Oregon. I think they've been a little more
Where's the game at?
consistent. It's in Oregon.
Yep.
But I mean, I think they can go in. They can go in there and win.
We have Florida playing Florida State tomorrow night, or Friday night.
Oh
Sorry.
yeah, that'll be
Friday night. Florida's no longer ranked. Florida State's at 16. But I mean, Florida State. I mean, they've been playing better football.
They have.
Is it at Florida State?
It is at Florida State.
Florida State.
Florida State.
Boy, how bad have they fallen?
They've fallen hard. I will take the Ducks. Sorry, I didn't make my pick before that. I'm also going to take Florida State in this one.
I will take Florida State as well.
Other than that, we also got Alabama playing Auburn. Alabama.
Yeah.
No.
No. I'm going Auburn.
Auburn.
Listen, that'd be great.
Block field goal win.
I'd love to see it.
Because listen, like Alabama needs to lose again because I don't trust the committee.
They're going to make it in.
No.
They're at 7 right now.
Like
They're at 7
They're
right now.
they're gonna find a way.
Yeah.
They want them in.
Yeah. Ohio State, Michigan tie, and
Yeah, they're both out.
Alabama and TCU double both.
Nick Saban's the devil.
That he is. Yeah, not going to be a great game, but we'll pick it. Michigan State plays Penn State this weekend.
No, I can't have a room for Michigan State.
I thought your favorite team was Michigan State.
No, I can't.
That's where all the great athletes that go to Michigan go.
They get all the gang stats.
Yes. I'm gonna take Penn State.
Yeah, because
Yeah, Penn State for sure. Tennessee's got Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's actually had a couple of upsets this season already. And Tennessee does not look like the number 1 team in the country in a while.
Tennessee's does not look like the number 1 team. They're not the number 1 team, but they're going to be. It's Vanderbilt.
I'm going to take Vanderbilt for an upset here. They've been hot.
That's
Tennessee?
If it was baseball, I'd take Vanderbilt.
Absolutely.
But it's not.
Georgia Tech plays Georgia. Georgia.
I mean, I would really like Georgia Tech to win this game, but
They're not going
Georgia.
to. They're not going to. So that's all the big games we really have on the market this weekend. So we're going to take a quick break. Chad's going to tell you all of his sweet feelings for Jim Hardball. We'll be back right after that.
Yeah, Chad coming to you to talk to you a little bit about who I believe is the worst college football coach in history. Resides up north, TTUN, Michigan. Right now, sitting up there with his stupid glasses and his really fashionable khakis, thinking he's coming to Columbus to beat the Buckeyes. Wrong, Jim. You're not. Stay in your lane, just not a good coach. Can't make halftime adjustments, and you wear khakis. And he wears khakis.
The worst khakis?
He wears khakis. No. Jim, no football coach wears khakis. Maybe he should call his brother, get a little bit of fashion advice. Maybe get a real defense, some offensive weapons other than J.J. McCarthy. But to digress, Jim Harbaugh, trash.
All right, Chad, thanks for that riveting talk about the second best Hardball coach.
Maybe the third.
Maybe.
I don't know his dad.
He might be a better coach.
His dad might have been a little better.
We'll move on. We'll do some NFL talk. We had some things happen last couple of days. Zach Wilson gets benched for the Jets.
Yeah.
He's mature.
He's real
He's a real
Like,
mature.
I don't know how you say that. Like you don't feel responsible for your offense being bad.
Did they have negative 7 yards in the second half?
They averaged 2.7 yards that game.
Yeah,
2.7 inches per play.
Yeah,
2.7 inches a play.
but I'm pretty sure in the second half that he had negative passing yards.
He might be
It's not his fault.
Listen, maybe a little less time with teammates' mom, but a little more time in the film room.
I mean, part of my friends, when your head coach comes out and says that's dog shit, and you were saying, nah, not my fault, you're gonna lose your job.
I mean, you gotta know better, right? You would think. He just doesn't care. But you gotta know.
What is he, 22, 23, 24?
Being in front of the media like that, you gotta know what to say.
Does he really care?
He don't care. He's a millionaire.
They've got PR guys. It's like, hey, you had a bad
Maybe he just don't care.
And I did hear that today. Like they were listening to the McAfee show. He's like extremely wealthy outside of football. His family owns like one of the big airlines. So he's never had to worry about money a day in his life.
He doesn't.
So he, like, if he loses his job,
he's been given everything.
Yeah, like he's never had to work for anything his whole life.
I did find it funny though, because you would assume they're like, yeah, I need to play better. Not Zach Wilson. Nope.
San Fran looked good though. Did they look good or were the Jets just like that?
San Fran looks good.
I mean, I think they're the second most dangerous.
Well, listen, I picked them, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, to go to the Super Bowl, and I don't think anybody can beat them in the NFC. Barring something tragic happening.
I mean, Dallas is explosive. I don't think they're better than Dallas though. I think San Fran's better than Dallas.
Well, listen, I have to jump off the train.
Micah Parsons is a stud.
Yeah, and I'm jumping off the train. Like, full speed, jump off the Vikings train. I'm off.
Oh, they might score. They play the Patriots tomorrow. That game might be like 7-3 or 3. Yeah.
Like Kirk Cousins did it. Like I just started to believe.
You jumped on? Yeah, pop right back.
Yeah, full speed. Like in that pile of garbage. I'm jumping on.
See, that's kind of the same way I feel about the Cowboys.
They need to show consistency.
They haven't done anything yet. They won some regular season games. First place.
Yeah,
the Vikings pretty good.
They did. But again, like. They haven't done anything in the playoffs.
Kirk Cousins is trash.
I will say this though, this might be
the guy is trash.
This might be the best Dallas defense I've seen in 20 years.
Yeah.
It might be. And if they can run the football like they did when they had Cooper Rush in, they kind of had to, and that'll just keep helping that defense be more and more successful. Yeah. I don't think they're better than San Fran right now, but I think I think they're probably the second best team in the NFC right now. Just with how good their defense is, and if they can keep running the football, I think they're going to be hard to beat.
I think San Fran probably has the best. I think Micah Parsons might be the best player in the NFL.
Yeah.
And I think San Fran has the weapons with Debo and McCaffrey. Listen, like, you come up, Micah Parsons likes to just come up field.
Yeah.
He ain't setting the edge. He's coming.
Yeah.
Well, you slip McCaffrey out of there, that could be a lot of problems for Dallas.
Big problem. Anything else around the NFL we see? I will say Jeff Saturday lost a nail biter against the Eagles. A nail biter.
Everyone's shocked.
17. They lost by 1 point.
Everyone's shocked.
To the best team record in the NFC.
You're gonna be like Jalen Hurts.
He's an MVP favorite or not?
Jalen Hurts is not the MVP.
But shouldn't they have been in that game? Shouldn't
No.
they have been in that game?
If Frank Reich's the head coach, they lose.
Yeah, the Eagles aren't that good.
If Frank Reich is that coaching that game, they lose by 20.
You don't know that.
I do.
No, you don't.
You watch him play the beginning of the game?
Stop. Jeff Saturday.
Jeff Saturday is a leader of men.
He's not winning another
He's on
game
the top of the pyramid, and he's just funneling down inspiration and hope to his team.
They scored 3 points. 3.
Let's go more than 3.
Maybe they scored 10.
It was like 17-16.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Matt Ryan's a bum, too.
Well, I don't disagree with that. But anything else? How's the Bears situation?
Field separated shoulder, so we're good.
Who's your backup?
Didn't look good before that.
Do you even know the name of your backup quarterback?
It doesn't. No, it doesn't. Listen, that guy's going to die because he can't run like Justin Fields. So that guy is just going to that game.
You better have Mike Vick reincarnate behind him.
Well, that Bears offensive line is
bad.
Trash.
Bad. Real bad. Well, I guess we can move on. We'll make some NFL picks. This week, kind of a weird week with Thanksgiving, obviously. But we'll start off with the first game on Thanksgiving morning. We got the Bills at the Lions. Where did the Lions come from? Hold on. They've looked good at football.
Hold on, did we pick these teams already?
No, did we pick these games?
Yeah, we picked the Thanksgiving games.
Well, we already did, so. We'll move on from Thanksgiving games. Thanks, Chad.
Yeah. I'm like, hold on. I don't have to pick. What the hell did I pick?
We'll pick the Sunday games, since we already picked Thanksgiving games. We got the Buccaneers at the Browns. Tom Brady coming, or no, it's at Tampa Bay. So we got to remember at Tampa Bay. Tom Brady's not coming to town. We're going to Tampa Bay. How do we feel about that, Chad?
Well, we feel Tom Brady sucks.
I think he's on his rise again. He's about ready to punch everybody in the mouth again.
Yeah, that's
He's back to normal Tom Brady.
Are we making a pick?
We're making picks.
Yeah, Browns win.
Score?
24-21.
Josh?
Tampa Bay. 24-10.
Oh, give them
That defense is Tampa Bay's not good.
2 touchdowns?
Yeah, the Browns.
They run the football well though.
They do. I could be.
I'm gonna take the Browns in an absolute horrible football game.
Yeah, it's not gonna be pretty.
I'm gonna take them like 10-7. 10-7.
That's a mean score. Yeah.
They just run the football down their throats. I just don't see it being a pretty football game. I think it'll be pretty ugly. We'll move on. We got the Bengals at the Titans. Bengals are playing better football now.
They are.
And they're playing in Cincinnati. How are we feeling about that, Josh?
I don't know. I've never been a big Bengals fan. I'd say Titans.
Score?
Titans win. Let's go 24-20.
I'm going to take the Titans. Do you know why I'm taking the Titans, Chad?
Mike Vrabel?
Mike Vrabel's the head coach of the Titans. You know,
Yeah, he is, boy!
You know who's playing this weekend before Mike Vrabel?
Oh,
The Ohio State Buckeyes. So Mike Vrabel, after watching the Ohio State Buckeyes wipe the floor with the Michigan Wolverines, can't lose a football game. Can't. I'm going to take him 40-3.
Joe Burrow? He left Ohio State.
Yeah, he left.
He's dead to me.
Dead.
Mike Vrabel, Ohio State legend. Titans. 38-0.
There we go. That's right. Texans and Dolphins.
Wow.
Why are we picking the games?
3, 2, 1. Dolphins. We want to give scores? Or no? No.
This might be the
I don't think it'll be that
It
bad.
might be the worst game on TV.
38-7. Or something like that. But it's not going to be that.
I don't know who watches this game. Like,
Dolphin fans.
That's it. Like, next up, we got
Jewish parents. Jewish parents are probably too.
That's true. We got the Bears at the Jets. What a poop bowl.
Yeah.
What a poop bowl. Like,
Does Zach Wilson come in at halftime?
yeah,
He's going against the half.
after halftime, he's done with all the Bears moms.
Yeah.
He'll come in.
Leave Justin Fields follow.
That's a hard pick for me because the Jets are bad football too.
Well, the Jets have a really good defense.
They do.
If Justin Fields isn't playing, they're not scoring. The Jets have a really good defense.
But they also don't even know couldn't even tell you what the name of the starting quarterback for the Jets is going to be.
Well, who's going to start for the Bears?
Yeah, we don't know the quarterbacks for either team.
Jets.
Jets? He's picking the Jets. You hear that?
You picked
You picked the Jets? You're a Bears fan.
Do you want me to be honest? The Jets are better than my
No,
Chicago.
you lied to yourself.
Okay,
We lied to ourselves.
Chicago wins 42-0.
We lied to ourselves. We picked the Browns.
Did he just say the
This
Bears?
is the first of the rest of the wins the rest of the season. They slip into the playoffs and they beat the Bills in the Super Bowl. Chicago wins it first time since '85.
Wait till this happens. Wait till this happens.
You can be very rich right now.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what their odds are, but they have to be bad.
Who you got in that game?
Jets.
Yeah, I'm taking Jets too. All day.
But I think it'll be like
It can't be pretty. Like
5-2.
2 safeties.
Well, field goal, safety,
And a safety.
and then the Bears get a safety at the end.
All right.
5-2.
Your favorite quarterback, Marcus Mariota, going up against the Commanders.
I still don't understand how Marcus Mariota
Has a job.
I don't understand how he wins football games.
No.
He's bad. He's bad.
They got a really good running game.
Yeah.
That's it.
Listen, the Commanders are getting.
They are. Heineke's a stud.
He is. Terry McLaurin, he's a Buckeye.
Yep.
Curtis Samuel, a Buckeye.
I haven't heard a single Michigan Wolverine yet.
Commanders, they win.
Do they have anybody in the NFL?
Commanders win big.
You even picked the Lions, didn't you?
No.
Yeah, that's your boy.
I think the Commanders beat the Falcons 66-12. Woo.
I'm going to take the Commanders 28-17.
Commanders, 27-14.
14. All right. Move on to another toilet bowl. We've got the Broncos playing the Panthers. Sam Darnold starting this weekend, though.
Oh, Baker got benched again.
Baker got benched.
Great draft pick. Great #1 pick. Well, this is why we are where we are.
This is a hard pick.
Baker.
I hate Russell Wilson.
What if he still wakes up feeling dangerous?
Where's the game at?
It's in Denver. I hate Russell Wilson. He stinks.
Yeah.
He stinks at football. Denver, score? They're going to be bad?
No, it's going to be a bad game.
No. I'm going to go Panthers 18-13.
18-13. I like it. Yeah, I can't do that. I'm going to go with Russell. Even if he is bad at football, to find a way to
Do something.
yeah, to
Defense
do
might score 2
something.
touchdowns.
They might. We'll go. That guy they picked up from the Jets, actually.
Yeah.
Play a little bit. Yeah, good defensive end. And he forces a fumble, and they win 9-6.
9-6.
They missed an extra point.
All right. Move on. I already know Josh's pick for this game. Ravens playing the Jags.
Yeah.
Ravens.
You love-
He loves Lamar Jackson. You'd think he wasn't a Bears fan sometimes.
Listen, I enjoyed watching him in college. I like Michael Vick too. I like quarterbacks that can run, throw, runs.
So you love Justin Fields.
I do like Justin.
Ohio State Buckeye Justin Fields.
I do like. Listen, once they come to the Bears, I don't care where you went.
Really? I hated Braylon Edwards. Not that he could catch the ball, but I hated him because he went to Michigan.
And then he played for the Browns or something.
Yeah, no, he was couldn't catch it. But he did wear cool belly shorts.
I'm also going to take the Ravens here, and I think it'll be pretty ugly. Jaguars are so inconsistent. I'm going to take them 24-3. What you got, Josh?
I'd say let's go 28-10.
Trevor Lawrence, one time he beat the Buckeyes. He shouldn't have because there was a bull crap targeting call. But I digress. Ravens.
Score?
24-7.
24-7.
So Trevor Lawrence
Okay. Colt McCoy is playing quarterback this weekend for the Cardinals. The Cardinals are playing the Chargers, and they're playing in LA, which doesn't matter because no one goes to the game.
Well, listen, I watched Justin Herbert. That guy's overrated.
You're still picking him to soccer.
He's completely
Still
overrated.
picking him.
Completely overrated. But they have Khalil Mack. Used to be a Bear. I like him. We'll go Chargers. God, 2010.
You got Josh. Your boy Colt.
Let's
One of the biggest Colt McCoy fans I know.
Let's go. Where's it at?
It's in LA, but it doesn't matter. No one goes to the game.
Let's go upset. Let's go Arizona with an upset. I'm picking a lot of upsets. Let's go Arizona with an upset.
Colt
17-14.
McCoy. Do you even remember when he played in Texas?
I do.
Second best quarterback there. Vince Young.
Vince
Young's
Young.
better.
Vince Young, he won the national championship.
Vince Young is way better than Colt McCoy ever was.
And torched the Buckeyes.
I'm also not gonna take the Cardinals. I'll take the Chargers.
Come on,
Justin
Colt.
Herbert is better than Colt McCoy. He may be overrated.
He is over. Listen, he is.
He is overrated, but he's better than Colt McCoy.
Like I don't see it. Like I think like every year that they're like, oh my god, the Chargers have the best roster in football, and they suck every year. They're like the best, except for quarterbacks.
Next up, we got Raiders Seahawks. McDaniels might lose his job.
Yeah.
Seahawks got Geno. Geno went to West Virginia.
He did.
West Virginia is farther away from Michigan than us, so I'm going to take Seahawks. 24-10.
Yeah, he's probably having his best year.
Oh, he's looking good.
Without a doubt.
They got out of the Jets organization, and anything gets better.
Yeah, I don't know. I go Seahawks 21-14.
Well, listen, Charles Woodson used to be a Raider. I don't like Charles Woodson.
That's true.
He went to Michigan. Seahawks, 24-16.
We'll move on. We got the Rams playing the Chiefs. 3, 2, 1. Chiefs. Like, the Rams are horrible at football.
What
They're
happened?
just bad. Like, I
Sean
think
McVay going to get fired.
I think Sean McVay's going to retire. I think Aaron Donald's going to retire.
Matt Stafford going with him.
Matt Stafford going to go with him because his concussions. His wife's going to push him out. I think they're about to
You think of a little bit about, hey, we won our championship, but we don't care.
I mean,
Getting that overlay.
I think they're trying to win football.
I think that's really the price you pay to get that Super Bowl, though. You know, like they're just bad now, and they have no light at the end of the tunnel for like 3 years.
I'd trade it to play one. I'll trade Super Bowl.
Yeah.
One Super Bowl. You can go 0-18 in this.
I would trade a lot for a Super Bowl in Cleveland. A couple fingers, couple other body parts.
Listen, they built it to win a Super Bowl.
Congratulations.
Now you pay the price.
And we'll move on from that wonderful talk. We'll talk about the Saints playing the 49ers. 3, 2, 1, Niners.
I'll pick the Niners, but Chris Olave, balling, OH.
I-O.
You love Chris Olave.
Everybody loves Chris Olave.
Tore you up.
We won't even get points on that one. Then we got the Eagles playing the Packers. This is the best game I've ever seen Ben have to pick.
This is the worst case scenario.
Who you got, Chad? He's gonna take Jalen.
I really dislike the Packers. And I really dislike the Eagles. So there's only one thing for me to do. 17-17, it's a tie. Nobody wins.
We're gonna get Green Bay's gonna score 17 points.
Yeah.
Wow. That defense is really good in Philly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the Philadelphia Eagles 35-7. Yeah.
I can't go with Packers. So Eagles, let's say 24-10.
No, it's a tie.
And the last NFL game of the week, Monday Night Football, we have the great, the powerful, the leader of men, Jeff Saturday and the Colts, taking on the Steelers.
Yeah, wow.
Take the kids. Pick the picture.
Oh, wow. Santonio Holmes, he's a great Buckeye. But they had Lamar Woodley. I don't like him. But they had Ryan Shazier. Steelers win.
Chet? Josh?
Yeah, Steelers got the better coach.
What?
Amazing.
Where do we go? When did we decide that Mike Tomlin was a good coach?
We'll go.
He is.
He's okay. He's okay.
We'll go Steelers 17-10.
Listen, I think I didn't pick a score, but Kenny Pickett coming out party, 42-0. Jeff Saturday.
I don't think he's picked a realistic score today.
What do you mean? Every score I picked has been realistic.
I'm definitely gonna take Jeff Saturday and the boys. I think they're gonna go. They're in Indy. It's gonna be rocking. Jeff Saturday might be the last man out the tunnel.
I hope TJ Watt sacks Jeff Saturday.
And Indy, Matt Ryan's gonna find a little magic left in that arm.
You don't have any magic.
And he's gonna roast Pittsburgh because they're horrible. They're horrible at football. Mike Tomlin's an okay coach, overrated if you ask me.
Stop.
And I'm gonna take them 24-14. Jeff Saturday and the boys.
No chance. No chance. There's no chance of that.
But folks, it's time. I got through that NFL talk. We'll talk a quick bet. before we move on to making our final picks. We had some ideas. We workshopped a little bit. Chad really wanted to throw a pie.
Pie. Comment below if you want to see Josh get pie by an Ohio State pie.
We had a mustache idea where you shave and you have to have just a mustache for a month. But some of us aren't as confident.
Are we sure he's going to pick Michigan to win?
Are we sure? That's true. Like,
I think might pick Ohio State.
yeah, I wouldn't pick Ohio State over him.
Oh, it's a smart bet.
But we settled on a food bet. Loser buys dinner the next time we're all here for a podcast. Cause like you're gonna be out next week, right, Chad?
I might be.
So we will have a special guest next week to film with us. So we're gonna do a food bet, probably from Nelly's Hideaway food too. Next time Josh will buy us dinner. So.
I'll miss that.
No, you won't.
No, we'll do it.
We'll do it when we're all here.
Awesome. I want to point out.
I want you to buy my food.
Yeah.
You watch
Awesome. You're going to pick Ohio State.
Yeah.
Well, what if he picks Ohio State?
I mean, what if?
Then we have.
I know you ain't picked Michigan, so.
Well, listen, I'm smart. So.
We'll get down to it. We'll do our final picks of the day. We'll start with you, Chad.
Yeah. Buckeyes.
Buckeyes.
I just don't think Buckeyes. I think Buckeyes is big.
Buckeyes, man.
49-14.
Embarrassed.
Embarrassing.
Josh,
What do you got?
what do I got? I got the Ohio State Buckeyes. I got Ryan Day in the shoe. C.J. Stroud making Michigan look like little boys.
I love
Little boys.
it. Little boy.
Dominating them. Eichelberger breaking legs on the other side of the field.
Break all their legs.
Winning 48-10.
I love that score. I think
48
So
to
no
10.
respect at all.
No respect.
no, I have no respect for this.
Zero.
Not even, like you talk.
Jim Hardball might leave that field crying like a baby.
No, he'll be really happy in the post-game press conference. Like, we came here and we played as hard as we could. That's a really good football team over there.
But
Jen, you're a bum.
you praised their defense. She think did you get like? Is that all talk from?
I praised their defense. They haven't played a team like Ohio State.
They ain't seen athletes.
They ain't seen athletes like the Ohio State Buckeyes.
They ain't seen athletes like the ones in Columbus. No.
And their offense was just going to be horrible. Corum's not going to play. If he does, Eichelberger's going to re-injure him like first play of the game. So, like, I don't see any offensive production out of Michigan, and I see this as Ohio State's coming out saying, hey, we are national championship contenders.
Yeah.
We can play with you, Georgia. Michigan's just a speed bump on our way to the Big Ten championship where we'll beat Iowa by 50.
They will be Iowa.
That's it. That's it. What do you got, Josh?
It's in Columbus.
It is?
It's in the shoe.
100 years.
100 years. Ohio State ain't losing 100 years, right? They ain't losing to that game in the shoe in 100 years.
No, man.
Studs. Ohio State's studs.
I love everything you're saying right now.
Just athletes that we
Never seen them.
Michigan don't get these kind of athletes.
Nope.
They don't know about them. JJ McCaffrey.
Ranked number 2 in the nation.
2 in the nation. Undefeated.
Only picked 5. Ohio State's picked the win, right? What
Yeah, by like 7.
I think it's
11.
7.5. I think it's 7.5.
Yeah, I think 11's the biggest line I've seen.
Okay. I mean, it's really hard to pick against.
Yeah, it is. Just tell them. Just tell them.
Listen, if Corum doesn't play, that's not good.
No, it's bad.
That's not good. But Michigan wins 31-28. It takes 2 in a row. And steals your heart at the shoe.
Ryan Day will not let that happen.
Ryan Day can't go home to his wife and kids if that happens.
No, he lives in the shoe.
He
If that happens.
better starts thinking about what he needs to talk to her about. Maybe where they're moving. Michigan wins. 31-28. Go Blue.
You better have 450 yards on the ground. Because J.J. McCarthy ain't doing nothing.
I'm telling you right now. I in all honesty, I respect Ohio State, but I can't like.
I know.
Michigan, my team.
I don't respect Michigan.
I've been to the big house once. I peed on it. That's what I think about Michigan.
I think Ohio State's a really good team. I really do. I legitimately think they're number 2.
We're backtracking.
I think Michigan's overrated.
But and that's fine.
Overrated.
but I'm going to go with my heart like I normally do.
But I think Ohio State's going to win.
I think if Corum plays, I think Michigan can beat Ohio State. I've said that.
One guy ain't going to help.
But it's their best player.
Well, listen.
It's their best player.
It's their only player.
Listen, I heard the same stuff out of you last year. I heard it's going to be ugly. It's going to be blown out.
No.
That's exactly what I heard last year.
He had a little tear in his eye right there.
We don't talk about that.
Listen, that's what happens when you just don't respect anybody.
Oh, I didn't say we don't respect anybody. I respect Georgia. They're an actual
You
contender.
don't respect your opponent.
They're an actual contender.
I think they respect him. No, I think they do. I think CJ Stroud's about to unleash hell like Michigan has never seen.
I think Ryan Day will go down in history of having one loss to Michigan in his whole life.
Yeah, that's what
I don't think he'll ever feel that feeling again.
he don't want to feel that feeling.
Nope.
He said he's not been happy for 365 days.
And I agree with him. I haven't either.
I haven't either. Been a little moody for 365 days.
You're always
But the Buckeyes can help that. The Buckeyes can help that on Saturday. A little bit more than normal. But the Buckeyes can end it. They can take the gray cloud away.
So you heard it here first, folks. Josh taking the Wolverines. What was your score again? I don't know.
31-28?
Sure, 31-28.
I don't know how they scored 31 points.
Yeah, like Corum better be running on four legs.
At some point, JJ McCarthy has to complete passes for them to win.
Oh,
They can't. I mean, I see the stat that Corum has touched the ball 297 times. The next highest is 87.
Listen, that's why I guess I don't understand why you guys don't think Corum's not playing a big deal. Like, very big deal. He's their best player.
Oh, I don't think it matters.
I don't think it matters.
I think they could have Marshawn Lynch back there. It ain't gonna matter.
No. Tim Biakabatuka, bring him back. Maybe they can use him. Bring back Mike Martin.
But all right, folks. This was your episode 5, the rivalry. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. We love it.
Especially if you're a Buckeye fan.
Especially if you're a Buckeye fan. If you really want to give us a thumbs down for a Michigan fan beyond it, you can. But
We understand.
We understand. Please don't, though. And as always, thanks everybody.
I.O. O.H.
I.O. And as always, folks, we don't give a damn for the whole state of
Michigan.
That's right.
Because we're from Ohio.
Oh! That's going to be our close, yeah. That was really good.